Vice President Kashim Shettima engages UN Secretary General over Nigeria's quest for permanent seat. Retired advocates promoted national heritage, plus National Defense College empowers widows of fallen heroes. These and more reports on Panorama. I am Musa Abubakar. The Vice President Kashim Shettima has met with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres at the UN headquarters to discuss key issues, including Nigeria's quest for a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council and other matters of mutual interest. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Nigeria at the United Nations building, aspiring to become a permanent member of the UN Security Council. The two leaders also held bilateral discussions focusing on achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, climate change, collaboration on strengthening democracy in Nigeria, and partnership with the UNDP on regional initiatives for democracy and security also forms part of the meeting.
We're also partnering with the UNDP on a regional partnership for democracy, security in the region. And the VP further emphasized the need for the UN to support Nigeria even more so that we achieve more. And the fact that we are aspiring to become a permanent member of the UN Security Council. In fact, it was the Secretary General that commended the Vice President for stressing that in his speech.
Was the SG's comment on artificial intelligence and their hope and expectation that Nigeria will continue to play a significant role there. I think he was extremely happy when we mentioned to him that Nigeria, just a few days ago, released our first multilingual, multimodal large languages, the first one on the African continent that is backed by any government. So that part of the conversation came out through. Even when we were walking out, he still mentioned that he would love to see Nigeria also supporting other African countries to make sure that Africa is not left behind in artificial intelligence, that we can actually leverage it properly for development.
The Secretary General also assured us of continuous support to improve our capacity, authenticate our National Social Register, and also bring more funds available to Nigeria for further humanitarian intervention and poverty reduction activities.
Vice President Kashim Shettima also held a bilateral meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, David Lammy. The UK and Nigerian leaders pledged to deepen cooperation in trade, defense and migration.
Kashim Shettima, the Vice President of Nigeria.
I relate with nations and organizations on a pedestal of equality.
The Vice President also attended the Global Leadership Council meeting, assuring that Nigeria is poised to leverage opportunities in the digital space to engage youths and empower women and girls.
So tomorrow is pregnant with possibilities. I can assure you all that Africa will rise, and it's already rising. And honestly, we have no business being poor, honestly. There's a new scramble for Africa. The scramble is for the scarce resources, for the rare minerals that will drive the transformation of the next 20, 30, 40 years.
The macro environment is actually quite attractive.
The Global Leadership Council meeting held at UNICEF headquarters brought together heads of state and other key stakeholders to analyze and co-create and deliver innovative solutions on a global scale. From New York, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
As the nation approaches another October 1st celebration, the federal capital is gearing up for a tighter security push. The Commissioner of Police FCT Command, Jao Saka Adewale, at the conference with area commanders and divisional police officers to fine-tune the city's safety blueprint for the Ember period, says strategies to operational shifts will tighten the game. will tighten the game plan against the enemies. Correspondent Onotu Yakubu brings us more.
The CP's conference opened with a call to action to the senior officers of the command. Ajao Saka Adewale faced the room not with pleasantries, but with a marching tone. The Ember months this year, according to the police boss, are not a routine stretch, but a test of the sector's resolve. With Independence Day heartbeat away and political activities approaching, CP Adewale says the city must run on high alert.
I appreciate the resilience of officers and men of this command in their service to the nation.
He unfolded special arrangements, tightened beats, mapped flashpoints, layered response routines, and stronger synergy with sister agencies, emphasizing no street, checkpoint, or celebration ground is to be left unattended.
I want us all to go back to the drawing board, engage in more robust community engagement, involving not only the leaders of the community, but also the youths, carry out intelligence-led raid, and ensure you remain firm, fair, and friendly in your protection of citizens' rights, including their lives and property.
The Commissioner of Police recounted recent breakthroughs from the busting of kidnapping cells in border communities to the interception of stolen vehicles and seizure of illicit arms. Each operation, he said, carved out spaces for peace. Leveraging community policing with ongoing engagements, CP Ajao Saka Adewale assured of intelligence-led operations to enhance confidence of the nation's capital. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Now, behind every fallen hero is a family left behind to carry on the heavy weight of grief and survival. The National Defense College Officers' Wives Association is championing the cause to empower the healing process of widows of fallen heroes. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
The sound of guns at the battlefield may have ended for their husbands, but for many widows of the fallen heroes, the battle is far from over. The trauma of sudden loss and the doubting reality of being both mother and father to their children, these are silent wounds that hardly make news.
The brave men of the Nigerian military who paid the ultimate price for...
To address this, the National Defense College Officers' Wives Association organized this workshop to help widows of the fallen heroes move beyond the grief.
To ensure that the women know that they have a support system here and to give them key take-homes that they can use, practicalize through their journey in widowhood, not just to always be down. There will be those down moments, but we wanted to make sure that they are empowered to go on this journey of widowhood.
It doesn't matter the phase of grief they experience, whether the wave, whether the high or the low. I am confident that they are going home with tools, natural tools, but not just the widows, but every other wife that is here, every other person that attended. They now know how to support somebody going through grief.
The trauma may never fully fade. Experts say with initiatives like this, these widows of the fallen heroes are finding courage to turn pain into purpose. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
A total of 4,429 new wigs have been admitted as ministers in the Temple of Justice. Omenka Marachuku reports that out of the new wigs, 72 came out with first class at the September 2025 call to bar ceremony in Abuja.
Here are the new wigs after being called to bar following the successful completion of the February 2025 bar final examination. As men and women of learning and character, the new wigs are expected to have acquainted themselves with the provisions of the rules of the professional conduct for legal practitioners in Nigeria.
I'm happy to affirm that they all exhibited good manners and decorum during their training. They have also been groomed in the best ethics and ethics of our noble profession.
The greatest asset of a lawyer is his reputation. Therefore, your word as a lawyer remains your bond.
Till date, the Nigerian Law School has graduated over 135,000 lawyers, including judges of the Supreme Courts of Records and other legal practitioners in Nigeria. In Abuja, Umenka Nachuku, NTA News.
And to union matters, the National Union of Electricity Employees under the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has suspended its strike following the intervention of the federal government. The truce was reached at an emergency meeting convened by the Minister of Power and officials of the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, the management of TCN, and the Nigerian Independent System Operator, NISO, the National Union of Electricity Employees, and the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies. After hours of meeting, all sides agreed to key resolutions that paved the way for the suspension of the industrial action. The unions accepted the minister's appeal to review the report of a standing committee by the October 6th to 7th, 2025 for implementation to begin later in the same month. Also, TCN and NISO will jointly evaluate the financial implications of the committee's report and prepare an implementation plan for presentation to the Minister of Power and the unions. In addition, both unions and management are expected to reconvene in another meeting to resolve outstanding issues. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NAC, is also directed to expedite its review of tariffs to enable smooth implementation of the agreement. Modern warfare has evolved significantly, with technology playing a pivotal role in determining military combat readiness, with the Nigerian Army leveraging on this opportunity to deliver on their constitutional roles through research and department, as well as collaborative efforts. This is the focus of the 2025 Research and Development Test and Evaluation Conference of the Training and Doctrine Command of the Nigerian Army, MINA. Hussein Musa reports.
Research and development play a pivotal role in technological advancement, industrialization and development all over the world. It is in view of this that the Nigerian Army has over the years invested in research and development to enhance capacity and keep pace with its transformational drive, multifaceted, dynamic and evolving security challenges in line with its constitutional rule.
The period will also afford us the opportunity to share knowledge and brainstorm on new frontiers in emerging technologies and ideas, discussions on latest technologies and trends in research and development, and how these can be utilized in modern warfare to facilitate success in the battlefield.
The conference, which brought together sister security agencies within Niger State, will in the next 3 days explore synergies in the areas of information sharing, enhanced response to emergency threats, and cooperation for increased efficiency to strengthen national security. Amena Hussein Musa, NTA News.
It's now time to pause for a break. Panorama continues after the break. Now, thanks for being there. The National Commission for Persons with Disabilities has unveiled 3 key certificates aimed at driving the full implementation of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2023 and the Persons with Disabilities Accessibility Regulations 2023 alongside its prescribed guidelines. Gofan Shaji Ugwanyi reports.
At the presentation of the certificates, the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, Ayuba Gufwan, says these legal instruments provide a framework for ensuring accessibility across critical sectors such as public buildings, transportation and information technology.
The certificates will promote compliance, encourage organizations to adhere to accessibility standards, ensure equal access to goods and services, and enhance accountability The essence of these certificates, as we get to know today, is to ensure total compliance with the provisions of the Act, which will in effect engender development and inclusion in our country.
We are giving our best as partners to support that the rights of persons with disability in Nigeria are not played upon.
The initiative is also expected to generate revenue for both the Commission and the federal government, providing a sustainable mechanism for funding disability-inclusive initiatives nationwide. In Abuja, Gofan Shaji Ogwanyi, NTA News.
The growing trend of gender-based violence is about to witness a decline as northern religious and traditional leaders are joining forces to fight against the menace. This was at a stakeholders dialogue in Abuja to profile Islamic perspectives in prevention of gender-based violence. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports.
1 in 3 women are said to experience a form of violence, a threat that knows no region or religion. But this is about to change for the better with the involvement of religious and traditional leaders from the north.
Islamic religion has general and specific texts prohibiting violence. The general texts call on every person to respect others, treat them kindly, and even respond to abuse with kindness.
For over 2 decades, the Development Research and Project Center, a faith-based group and partners have been pushing for social transformation in northern societies through dialogues like this.
It is a story about how traditional authority and faith leadership, when equipped with the right tools, knowledge and dialogue, can become a powerful force for social change.
If this could be thoroughly employed in the daily activities of Muslims, then there shall be less GBV and possibly GBV-free society.
Because with this information, then they will be able to relay this to their community, because we all know that the religious leaders, they are very influential in their community.
At the end of this dialogue, Muslim opinion leaders are expected to take the message of women's rights, maternal health, and gender equality to places of worship and community across northern Nigeria. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
It was not just an advocacy to drive cultural preservation, but it was about linking Nigeria's culture with those who tell its story. As the leadership of the Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union, RATAU, visited the Director General, National Commission for Museums and Monuments in Abuja. Chinenye Noe reports on this engagement as culture meets labor.
Nigeria's museums and monuments are not just repositories of history. They are living spaces that reflect collective identity and aspirations. And unions such as the Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union, RATAU, are partners in promoting and preserving this national heritage.
Without us, people wouldn't have heard about Festac 77 where the mask was unveiled. Nobody would have heard those. It's the media.
The union makes us strong. This engagement between the leadership of RATAU and that of the National Commission for Museums and Monuments is therefore to foster strong partnership that will help promote Nigeria's rich cultural heritage and help improve the welfare of cultural and media workers.
I want to reassure RATAU that the NCMM prioritizes staff welfare, prioritizes the rights of workers, and definitely will do everything in our power to ensure that we have an open door relationship with RATAU, and we will continue to work with you.
With this critical engagement and the strategic partnerships that we establish, we'll be able to also get funding for projects that are not statutory.
It is hoped that this synergy between labor and culture will go a long way in promoting Nigeria's cultural heritage. In Abuja,
Chinenye Nwoye, NTA News.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nancy Wike, has assured that the nation's capital city will undergo significant infrastructure repositioning before the end of President Bola Tinubu's administration. The minister made this assurance, or gave this assurance rather, at the flag-off of ceremony of the construction of the arterial road N20 from Uye district linking the airport expressway. Onoze Yakubu reports.
N20 road project is being constructed in phases, linking the north with the southern part of the city. The construction of the arterial road N20 from the Solomon Lau Way to the Obafemi Awolowo Way, which links the airport expressway, marks the final phase of the project.
When completed, the road will significantly reduce traffic congestion from phase 2 districts like Uye, Jabi, Utako, Daikibu, and Kukwaba.
The construction of arterial road N20 will stimulate economic activities by improving access to commercial areas and airport expressway.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike assures that the nation's capital city will compete favorably with other developed cities of the world before the end of President Bola Tinubu's tenure, promising that no sector will be left unattended.
Abuja will compete with most of the cities in the world. That is a bank draft I have given to you to go home with. I will continue to develop other areas, not only in the city, but also in the satellite towns.
Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
For stories trending in the sporting world, let's join Olumide Eguntola on Sports Update.
All is now set for the Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifying match between Nigeria's Falconets and their counterparts from Rwanda. The second leg encounter of the second round is scheduled for Lake Salami Sports Stadium in Ibadan on Saturday. The Falconets are going to the match with 1-0 first leg advantage win. The overall winners will move a step closer to the tournament built for Poland. In another development, the Golden Eaglet of Nigeria will take on their counterpart from Burkina Faso Saturday at the ongoing 2025 Wafubi Under-17 Championship. The top two teams in the competition will earn a place at the 2026 Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations. From the continental scene, second leg matches of the CAF Champions League first preliminary round are underway. Nigeria's Remo Stars, with 4-0 first leg advantage win, will travel to Comoros to face US Zilemaju Friday. In Scrabble, 120 players from different countries in Africa and beyond are set to vie for honor Saturday at the 2025 edition of Lekki Scrabble Classics. The event is a precursor to the biannual World English-Speaking Scrabble Players Association Championship scheduled for the 9th of November in Ghana. Current title holder Charles Tachimensin of Ghana reconfirmed the international level of the tournament as he clinched the ₦1 million prize in the presence of top Nigerian players as well as other contenders from United Kingdom, United States, Republic of Ireland and Uganda in the last edition. In boxing, as part of sporting activities to celebrate Nigeria Independence Day, Panorama Group Promotion is staging a world-class boxing show, tagged Chaos in the Ring.
If you are looking forward to actually having proper boxing, international style boxing, October 1st, please come out and support Nigerians.
The event, which will hold at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikan, Lagos, aims to elevate and showcase Nigerian boxers with Brandon Glatton and Marcus Brown, both from USA, competing in the cruiserweight category as the main event of the night. With Sports Update, Olumide Eguntola, NT News.
And that concludes Panorama. Thanks for watching.